Good evening, everyone. You are here today because you have dreams, you have passions, you have a purpose. Today, I want to remind you of something incredibly. Don't let them use you. You see, the world will try to take from you your time, your energy, your talents, and if you're not careful, you might find yourself giving it all away without even realizing it. But here's the truth: you are far too valuable to be used for someone else's gain. It all starts with understanding your worth. Do you know your worth? Do you really know it deep down? When you recognize the value you bring to the table, no one can diminish it. Your time, your energy, your spirit, these are not commodities for others to exploit. These are your gifts to share, and you should be intentional about who you share them with. I want you to empower yourself to step into your own narrative. Stop letting others write your story. You are the author. And you get to decide the chapters, the plot, and the direction your life will take. The best part is that you can always say, no, yes, I said it, no. You have permission to turn down opportunities, relationships, or situations that don't honor your worth. Setting boundaries is essential. Healthy boundaries are the foundation of a healthy life. Without them, people will take from you until there's nothing left to give. It's okay to say no. It's okay to protect your peace. It's okay to stand firm and let people know that you are not someone to be taken advantage of. But you have to trust yourself. Trust your instincts, that inner voice. Listen to it. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore it because you're afraid of disappointing others, disappointing yourself. That's the real tragedy. And let me tell you this, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away. Don't be afraid to leave behind what no longer serves you. Walking away from toxic relationships, unhealthy work environments, or manipulative people is not a weakness, it's an act of strength. Time is your most precious resource. Don't waste it on people or situations that don't respect you. Don't let others make you feel guilty for choosing yourself. Remember that every yes to something that doesn't serve you is a no to something that could enrich your life. And be aware of manipulation. There are people out there who will try to pull on your heartstrings, manipulate your emotions, and take advantage of your kindness. But when you see it, call it out. You deserve respect, not manipulation. Surround yourself with people who see you, value you, and bring out the best in you. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and support. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not drain you. Lastly, stand in your power. Own your story, your choices, your life. You are the creator of your destiny, and no one else has the right to take that from you. So my friends, remember this: you are not here to be used. You are here to shine, to grow, and to live on your own terms. Take charge of your life. Set your boundaries. Trust your instincts. Walk away when needed. And stand in your power. You are worthy of all the greatness the world has to offer. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. Recognizing your value begins with understanding that you are not just a collection of your achievements, but a unique person with intrinsic worth. It's easy to get caught up in external validation, whether it's praise from others or the accolades you receive in your career or personal life. But real recognition of your value comes from within. It's about acknowledging the strengths, talents, and qualities you possess that make you special, things that no one else can replicate. This internal recognition is the foundation for standing firm in your beliefs, making choices that align with your values, and not allowing others to take advantage of you. When you truly know your worth, you stop seeking approval from others to feel good about yourself. You don't need to prove yourself because you understand that you are enough. It's a shift from external validation to an inner confidence that no one can take away. Knowing your value also means recognizing the areas in your life where you deserve respect, time, and care, and being unwilling to accept anything less. If you allow others to undervalue you, they will continue to take advantage. But when you establish that your worth is non-negotiable, others will have no choice but to recognize it too. This recognition is not about arrogance, but rather about self-respect. It's about understanding that you deserve to be treated well, and that your time, energy, and effort are precious. People who truly respect you will recognize your worth as well. If they don't, it's a clear sign that they are not worth your time. Recognizing your value means refusing to settle for less than you deserve and refusing to let anyone diminish you, whether it's in your personal relationships, at work, or in society at large. When you embrace the full extent of your value, you stop allowing others to dictate how you should feel about yourself. You stop letting other people's judgments or opinions define your self-worth. Instead, you define it for yourself, and with that recognition comes the power to make decisions that align with your highest good. You start to invest your energy in things that nourish your soul, in people who lift you up, and in pursuits that truly bring you joy. When you recognize your value, you are no longer susceptible to being used, manipulated, or taken for granted. You are empowered to live authentically and unapologetically, and that is where true freedom lies. Empowering yourself starts with taking full ownership of your life, your choices, and your future. It means acknowledging that you have the ability to shape your own destiny regardless of the challenges or circumstances you may face. Too often, we find ourselves waiting for others to give us permission or direction, but true empowerment comes from within. It's about taking control of your own narrative and recognizing that you are the author of your story. One of the most powerful things you can do to empower yourself is to stop giving your power away. Many people find themselves stuck in situations or relationships where they feel powerless, whether it's in the workplace, with family, or within social circles. The key to empowerment is realizing that you don't have to stay in these situations. You are not a victim of your circumstances, and no one can force you into a position that compromises your values or well-being. Empowerment comes from recognizing that you always have choices, even if those choices sometimes mean making difficult decisions or stepping into the unknown. When you empower yourself, you stop relying on the approval or validation of others. You begin to trust in your own instincts, wisdom, and judgment. Trusting yourself means making decisions based on your own inner compass rather than seeking external reassurance or trying to please others. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of making mistakes, learning from them, and continuing to grow without shame or regret. Empowering yourself means giving yourself the permission to fail and then rising stronger from each setback. Understanding that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but simply a part of the journey. A huge part of empowerment is setting boundaries and protecting your time, energy, and emotions. It's about understanding that you are not obligated to say yes to every request or to meet every expectation placed on you. Learning how to say no is a vital tool for empowerment because it helps you prioritize what truly matters in your life and protects you from being overwhelmed or drained by others' demands. Empowerment means knowing your limits both physically and emotionally and taking proactive steps to protect yourself when necessary. Empowerment also means actively investing in your growth. It's about continuously learning, evolving, and expanding your horizons. This might mean stepping out of your comfort zone, trying new things, or seeking new opportunities. The more you invest in yourself, the more you build confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Whether it's acquiring new skills, nurturing your physical health, or cultivating a positive mindset, self-empowerment comes from the belief that you are worthy of growth and self-improvement. Ultimately, empowering yourself is about embracing your unique strengths, accepting your imperfections, and trusting that you have everything you need to navigate life on your own terms. It's about stepping into your full potential and refusing to shrink in the face of fear or doubt. Empowerment means choosing to believe in yourself even when others may not, and knowing that the only approval you truly need is your own. When you empower yourself, you become unstoppable, unwavering in the pursuit of your dreams, and unshaken by the obstacles that may arise along the way. Setting boundaries is one of the most important acts of self-care you can practice. It is about recognizing that you have the right to control how others interact with you, how much energy you give, and where you invest your time and emotions. Boundaries are not about building walls or shutting people out. Rather, they are about creating a healthy framework that allows you to preserve your well-being while still maintaining meaningful relationships. At its core, setting boundaries is a form of self-respect. It means acknowledging that you have limits and that it is okay to say no when something doesn't align with your values or needs. It's about understanding that you cannot be everything to everyone, and that's perfectly fine. When you set clear boundaries, you protect your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. You stop being a doormat or a people pleaser, and instead you begin to make decisions that prioritize your own needs and desires. The challenge with boundaries often arises because we fear disappointing others or appearing selfish, but in reality, setting boundaries is not selfish at all. It's essential for maintaining your emotional, mental, and physical health. When you say no to things that drain you, you are saying yes to things that nurture you. By clearly communicating your boundaries, you give others the opportunity to respect your needs, and you also show yourself the respect you deserve. It's a balance of giving and receiving that fosters healthier, more sustainable relationships. One of the first steps in setting boundaries is to identify what's important to you and where your limits lie. Sometimes we don't even realize how much we're giving until we feel overwhelmed or burnt out. That's why self-awareness is crucial. When you know what drains you, what makes you uncomfortable, or what violates your values, it becomes easier to establish boundaries that protect those areas of your life. It might be saying no to extra work when you need rest, or it might mean distancing yourself from people who constantly take without giving back. Whatever it is, understanding your needs is the first step in drawing a clear line. It's also essential to communicate your boundaries assertively. Setting boundaries isn't about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about calmly and confidently stating your limits. If someone oversteps those boundaries, it's important to reinforce them. This can be difficult, especially when you fear the response of others, but the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. People who truly care about you will understand and respect your boundaries. Those who don't respect them are likely not the kind of people you want in your life anyway. Boundaries can also evolve over time as you grow and change. As your circumstances, goals, and relationships shift, so too might your boundaries. That's okay. What's important is that you stay connected to your values and continually adjust your boundaries to reflect who you are and what you need in the moment. Setting boundaries is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice that requires awareness, self-compassion, and the willingness to stand firm when necessary. By setting boundaries, you are not only protecting yourself, but you are also teaching others how to treat you. Healthy boundaries create space for mutual respect and understanding, and they allow you to engage with others in a way that feels balanced and fulfilling. You no longer feel like you're giving more than you're receiving, and you create a space for more authentic connections. Over time, you'll notice how much more energized, fulfilled, and at peace you feel, knowing that you have control over your personal space, your emotions, and your life. Setting boundaries is an act of love for yourself and for the relationships that matter most. Trusting your instincts is about learning to listen to that inner voice that guides you, that subtle feeling deep within that knows what's right, even when logic or external opinions may tell you otherwise. It's a skill that often gets overlooked, especially in a world where we are constantly seeking validation from others or trying to fit into societal expectations. But your instincts are a powerful tool. They are your subconscious mind speaking to you based on everything you've experienced, observed, and learned. When you learn to trust them, you begin to navigate life with more confidence, clarity, and authenticity. The first step in trusting your instincts is recognizing that they are valid. Often we second-guess ourselves or doubt our gut reactions because they don't always align with the rational or logical thoughts we're used to. But instincts are not the same as impulse. They are rooted in a deeper understanding, something that comes from within and often carries wisdom that we can't fully explain with words. That feeling of unease or excitement you get when you're making a decision, listen to it. It's your body's way of signaling that something is either right or wrong for you. Trusting your instincts also means learning to tune out the noise of external influences. We are often bombarded with advice, opinions, and perspectives from friends, family, or society that can cloud our judgment. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking everyone else's approval or trying to follow a path that others say is best for you. But your instincts know what's best for you. They know what aligns with your values, your goals, and your purpose. When you start to trust your instincts, you become more comfortable standing firm in your choices, even if they don't align with others' expectations. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply walk away. It may feel difficult, even painful, but there are moments in life where staying in a situation that no longer serves you or continuing a relationship that is draining you is far more damaging than stepping away. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament to your strength, your self-awareness, and your commitment to your own well-being. It is an act of bravery, an acknowledgement that you deserve better and that you are willing to choose your own peace over the comfort of staying in something familiar but unfulfilling. We often fear walking away because we worry about the consequences, about disappointing others, losing opportunities, or feeling like a failure. We fear what people will think or say about us. But what we don't often realize is that staying in unhealthy situations for the sake of appearances or avoiding temporary discomfort can cost us much more in the long run. It can cost us our peace, our happiness, our energy, and our self-respect. It can hold us back from growing into the person we are meant to be and living the life we are meant to live. Walking away is a form of self-respect. It says that you value yourself enough to not accept situations that diminish you, whether that's in your career, relationships, or personal life. Sometimes we hold on too tightly to people, jobs, or situations because we're afraid of the unknown, or because we've invested so much time and energy into them that the thought of leaving feels like we're giving up. But the truth is, walking away is often the most empowering decision you can make. It opens up space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new beginnings. When you step away from what no longer serves you, you make room for something better to come into your life. It is important to remember that walking away is not the same as quitting or failing. It is simply choosing to move in a different direction. It's recognizing that there are times when holding on too long to something that isn't right for you only prolongs your suffering. There's no shame in realizing that something or someone is not a good fit for your life anymore. In fact, knowing when to walk away is a sign of maturity and emotional intelligence. It shows that you have the courage to face your fears, let go of what's comfortable, and embrace the uncertainty that comes with new beginnings. Walking away doesn't mean you don't care. On the contrary, it can be one of the most compassionate choices you make, both for yourself and for the other person or situation involved. By leaving, you give yourself the chance to heal, grow, and step into a space where you can be your best self. You also give the other party the opportunity to find a better fit or path, free from the imbalance that might have been present. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for someone else is to step away so that they too can grow and find what they need. Leaving doesn't always have to be dramatic or filled with conflict. It can be done with grace and dignity. It can be a quiet decision that you make in your heart and carry out with respect. Walking away means knowing that you don't have to explain, justify, or seek approval for your decision. The right people will understand, and those who don't may just need time to come to terms with your choice. In any case, the most important thing is that you stay true to yourself and honor your needs. There's a kind of freedom that comes with walking away. You no longer feel the weight of staying in a situation that is not aligned with your values, your goals, or your well-being. You release yourself from the burden of trying to make things work that simply don't. It's a release of the emotional, mental, and sometimes physical energy that you've been pouring into something that has not been reciprocated. It allows you to start fresh, to reclaim your peace, and to redirect your energy toward things that nourish you and bring you closer to the life you desire. Ultimately, walking away is a reminder that you are worthy of peace, joy, and fulfillment. It is a powerful declaration that you will no longer accept anything less than what you deserve. It may be difficult at first, and it may bring up feelings of fear or uncertainty. But when you finally make the decision to walk away from what no longer serves you, you open the door to a future that is full of possibilities, growth, and a deep sense of self-worth. So when you find yourself at a crossroads and it's clear that something isn't right, don't be afraid to walk away. Trust that by doing so, you are making space for a better version of yourself and a better life ahead. Valuing your time is one of the most essential practices for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Time is the one resource that we can never get back once it's gone. Unlike money or material possessions, time doesn't accumulate, it only passes, and once it's spent, it's lost forever. The realization of this truth is what makes time so precious and why valuing it is so important. When you recognize the value of your time, you begin to make choices that honor your priorities, your energy, and your goals. To truly value your time, you must first become aware of how you're spending it. Often we get caught up in the busyness of life, distracted by tasks, obligations, and the constant pull of social media or other time-consuming activities. Without intentionality, we can easily find ourselves wasting hours on things that don't contribute to our well-being or growth. One of the most powerful things you can do is to assess how you spend your time regularly. Are you investing your energy in activities that align with your goals, or are you simply going through the motions? Recognizing where your time goes is the first step in making more mindful, purposeful choices. When you value your time, you stop allowing others to take it for granted. You begin to establish boundaries around your time, protecting it from people or situations that drain you or that don't serve your best interests. This might mean saying no to things you don't want to do or to people who consistently ask for more than you can give. While it's important to be generous with your time, it's equally important to be discerning about where you invest it. By learning to say no or to delegate tasks when necessary, you ensure that you have enough time for the things that truly matter to you. Moreover, valuing your time means making time for yourself, something that is often neglected in the hustle of daily life. We can become so consumed with taking care of others or managing our responsibilities that we forget to nurture ourselves. Self-care, rest, and reflection are not luxuries, they are essential for maintaining balance and well-being. When you value your time, you recognize the importance of carving out space for activities that recharge you, whether that's through exercise, meditation, reading, or simply spending time with loved ones. It's about creating moments of joy and relaxation amidst the demands of life, ensuring that you don't burn out in the process. Another key aspect of valuing your time is prioritizing what truly matters. We live in a world that is full of distractions and competing demands, which makes it easy to lose sight of our true goals and desires. When you understand the value of your time, you begin to make conscious decisions about where to direct your energy. You recognize that not every task or commitment is equally important, and that it's okay to let go of things that no longer align with your larger vision. This might involve reassessing your career, relationships, or hobbies and making adjustments to ensure that your time is spent in ways that bring fulfillment and purpose. Additionally, when you value your time, you become more efficient with how you spend it. You learn to prioritize tasks, break them down into manageable steps, and eliminate distractions that can eat up your time without offering much in return. Efficiency doesn't mean rushing through life, but rather approaching each task with focus and intention. Whether it's at work, home, or in your personal projects, being mindful of how you allocate your time allows you to make the most of each day without feeling overwhelmed or overworked. Finally, valuing your time is about recognizing that time is finite and that life is short. It's about making the most of the time you have by pursuing what truly matters to you, whether that's achieving personal goals, spending quality time with loved ones, or creating meaningful experiences. When you understand how valuable your time is, you begin to let go of the trivial and the unnecessary and focus on the things that will leave a lasting impact on your life. You start to live more intentionally, savoring the moments that matter most and creating memories that will last long after the time has passed. In the end, when you value your time, you are making a commitment to yourself to honor your own life, dreams, and well-being. Time is something that we all have, but how we use it makes all the difference. When you live with intention and purpose, you unlock the power to create a life that is rich, fulfilling, and truly aligned with who you are. By valuing your time, you are not just managing a resource, but actively shaping the course of your life, ensuring that each day counts towards something meaningful and worthwhile. The power of saying no cannot be overstated. It is one of the most empowering tools you can have in your personal and professional life. Too often we say yes, Out of obligation, fear of disappointing others, or a desire to be liked, only to find ourselves overwhelmed, stretched too thin, or dissatisfied. Saying no is not about being selfish or rude. It's about recognizing your limits, protecting your energy, and prioritizing what truly matters. When you embrace the power of saying no, you reclaim your time, your peace of mind, and your sense of self. Saying no allows you to set healthy boundaries in your life. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, and they can only be established if you're willing to say no to things that drain you or don't align with your values. Whether it's turning down an invitation to an event you don't feel like attending, or rejecting a request for help when you're already overcommitted, each no is an act of self-respect. It is a way to honor your own needs without guilt or apology. By setting these boundaries, you protect yourself from burnout and ensure that you have the space and energy for the things that truly matter to you. Moreover, saying no can open up more opportunities for personal growth and focus. When you stop saying yes to everything, you start to create room for the things that align with your goals, values, and dreams. Saying no is often the key to saying yes to your true priorities. It allows you to be more intentional with your time and energy, rather than constantly reacting to the demands of others. By choosing what you commit to, you can focus on the tasks, people, and projects that move you closer to your vision for your life, rather than getting distracted by things that don't contribute to your long-term happiness or success. One of the greatest obstacles to saying no is the fear of disappointing others. We worry that people will think we are selfish, unkind, or unhelpful. But the truth is, saying no is often more about protecting your own well-being than about rejecting others. In fact, by saying no, you can actually serve others better in the long run. If you constantly say yes and overcommit, you risk spreading yourself too thin and becoming resentful, tired, or ineffective. You may end up doing a poor job of helping others, which is ultimately more disappointing than simply saying no when you can't give your best. By being honest and clear about your limitations, you allow yourself to offer more genuine help when you are able, rather than offering half-hearted assistance that benefits no one. Saying no also teaches others how to treat you. When you establish boundaries and stick to them, you set the tone for the relationships you have with others. People begin to respect your time and energy when you make it clear that you are not available to be constantly pulled in multiple directions. It sets a standard of mutual respect in your personal and professional life, and it encourages others to also prioritize their own needs and boundaries. By saying no with confidence, you send a message that you value yourself and your time, and you invite others to do the same. There's a sense of liberation that comes with saying no. When you stop trying to please everyone and meet every expectation, you free yourself from the constant pressure of trying to be everything to everyone. This freedom allows you to live more authentically and in alignment with your true self. Saying no is a form of self-care. It's a way of taking ownership of your life and making decisions based on what is best for you, rather than what you think others want or expect. You no longer have to carry the weight of other people's desires, requests, or needs if they are not in harmony with your own. It's important to remember that saying no is not a one-time decision. It is a practice. At first, it may feel uncomfortable or even guilt-inducing, but the more you practice saying no, the easier it becomes. You begin to trust yourself more, recognizing that you don't have to justify or explain every decision. Saying no is an act of empowerment. It is taking control of your time, your energy, and your life. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. The more you say no to what doesn't serve you, the more you can say yes to the things that truly enhance your life and bring you joy. Ultimately, the power of saying no lies in its ability to help you create a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and true to who you are. It allows you to prioritize your happiness, your goals, and your well-being without the burden of trying to meet the endless demands of others. When you say no, you say yes to yourself, and that is the most powerful choice you can make. Manipulators also know how to use flattery and charm to win you over, especially when they sense that you are hesitant or resistant to their influence. They may shower you with compliments, praise, or affection to create a sense of gratitude or indebtedness. By making you feel special or appreciated, they can lower your guard and make you more susceptible to their requests. Once they have your trust, they may then start asking for favors or demanding things that you might not otherwise agree to. Another subtle but powerful manipulation tactic is the use of silence or withdrawal, often referred to as the silent treatment. By withdrawing affection, attention, or communication, the manipulator creates an emotional vacuum, leaving you feeling uncertain, anxious, or desperate to win back their favor. This tactic is often used to punish, guilt trip, or control someone into complying with their demands. The emotional uncertainty it creates can lead to feelings of insecurity, making you more likely to submit to the manipulator's desires just to restore the peace. Manipulators also frequently use threats or intimidation, although this tactic can vary in its level of overt aggression. This might include threats of abandonment, punishment, or consequences if you don't comply with their wishes. In some cases, the threat might be subtle, such as implying that a relationship will be damaged or that you will face negative repercussions if you don't do what they want. These tactics play on your fears and vulnerabilities, making it difficult for you to make decisions from a place of confidence. They might also employ a tactic known as playing the victim, where they position themselves as the one who is being wronged, even when they are the ones causing harm. By shifting the blame onto you or others, they manipulate the situation to garner sympathy or avoid responsibility for their actions. This not only places undue guilt on you, but also distracts from their own misdeeds, allowing them to escape accountability and maintain control. Another common manipulation tactic is love bombing, which is typically seen in the early stages of relationships or manipulative behavior. It involves overwhelming someone with affection, attention, and promises of an ideal relationship, often making the person feel like they have found their perfect match. Once the person is emotionally invested, the manipulator begins to exert control, withdrawing affection or setting conditions to maintain the person's loyalty. This emotional roller coaster keeps the individual in a state of confusion and dependence, making it hard for them to leave the relationship or recognize the manipulative behavior. The tactics of manipulation often work because they prey on universal human vulnerabilities, such as our desire for connection, love, validation, and acceptance. Manipulators exploit these desires, using them to their advantage to achieve their own needs while disregarding the well-being of others. The most insidious part of manipulation is that it is rarely obvious at first, which is why many people only recognize it after they have already become entangled in it. However, the key to breaking free from manipulation is awareness and self-empowerment. Once you recognize the signs of manipulation, you can begin to set boundaries and protect yourself from being taken advantage of. It's important to trust your instincts and know that your feelings, desires, and needs are valid. If you begin to notice patterns of behavior that make you feel controlled, confused, or diminished, it's essential to take a step back and evaluate the situation. Speaking up, asserting yourself, and seeking support from trusted individuals can help you break free from manipulative relationships. Learning how to identify and respond to manipulation also involves learning to trust your intuition. Often, our gut feelings will alert us when something feels off or when we are being pushed beyond our comfort zone. When you begin to understand manipulation tactics, you can distinguish between genuine concern and control, between healthy persuasion and emotional exploitation. This clarity gives you the strength to take control of your own life, make decisions that align with your best interests, and protect yourself from being manipulated by others. Ultimately, understanding manipulation tactics is not just about recognizing when others are trying to control you, but also about empowering yourself to stand firm in your values and boundaries. It's about ensuring that your relationships, whether personal or professional, are based on mutual respect, honesty, and trust, rather than manipulation and deceit. By educating yourself about these tactics, you can cultivate healthier, more authentic connections with others and preserve your emotional integrity in all areas of your life. Building healthy relationships is one of the most rewarding and fulfilling aspects of life. Relationships, whether personal or professional, are foundational to our happiness, growth, and sense of belonging. But healthy relationships are not built overnight. They require effort, understanding, and a commitment to growth from both parties involved. The most enduring relationships are based on trust, mutual respect, and effective communication. By nurturing these qualities, you create a foundation where both individuals can thrive and feel supported. At the heart of any healthy relationship is open, honest communication. This means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and respectfully while also being a good listener. It's about creating a safe space where both people feel heard and understood without fear of judgment or dismissal. Effective communication involves not only sharing your perspective, but also being open to the other person's viewpoint, even when it's different from your own. It's important to approach conversations with empathy and patience, recognizing that every individual brings their own experiences and emotions into the relationship. When communication is open and authentic, it allows for deeper connection and mutual understanding. Trust is another crucial component of any healthy relationship. Trust takes time to build, and once it's established, it serves as the glue that holds the relationship together. Trust is built through consistency, reliability, and honesty. When you are dependable and act with integrity, you show the other person that they can count on you. It's also important to trust your partner or loved one in return, letting go of doubts and insecurities that can erode the bond between you. Without trust, a relationship can quickly fall apart, as doubt and fear create distance between individuals. Trust allows people to feel safe, supported, and secure in each other's company. Mutual respect is equally essential in fostering a healthy relationship. This means valuing each other's opinions, boundaries, and individuality. It's important to recognize that although you may share common values or goals, you are still two distinct people with your own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Respect means honoring each other's autonomy and not trying to control or manipulate the other person. It also involves recognizing the importance of giving space when needed and accepting each other's differences. Respecting someone doesn't mean always agreeing with them, but it does mean valuing their right to express themselves and making sure that disagreements are handled with consideration and dignity. A healthy relationship also requires emotional support. Being there for someone in their times of need, whether they are going through a challenging situation or celebrating an accomplishment, strengthens the bond between two people. Emotional support involves being present, offering encouragement, and showing compassion. It's about being a source of comfort when things are tough, but also celebrating each other's victories and joys. When both individuals in a relationship know that they can lean on each other, it builds a sense of partnership and shared experience. Boundaries play a vital role in maintaining a healthy relationship. Setting and respecting personal boundaries ensures that both people feel comfortable and safe in the relationship. Boundaries are about understanding and respecting each other's limits emotionally, mentally, and physically. They can involve everything from space and privacy to expectations around time, communication, and behavior. It's important to have open discussions about boundaries to ensure that both parties understand each other's needs and are willing to respect them. Without healthy boundaries, relationships can become imbalanced, with one person feeling overwhelmed, neglected, or disrespected. Equally important in a healthy relationship is mutual appreciation. Recognizing and acknowledging each other's efforts, qualities, and contributions strengthens the connection between individuals. Small acts of kindness, gratitude, and affection can go a long way in nurturing a relationship. Expressing appreciation helps both people feel valued and loved, and it creates a positive cycle of affection and goodwill that strengthens the bond over time. Acknowledging each other's strengths and celebrating accomplishments fosters an environment of positivity and support. Personal growth is also a key aspect of a healthy relationship. In any relationship, both individuals should feel supported in their personal development. This includes encouraging each other to pursue passions, explore new opportunities, and grow individually. When each person is given the freedom to grow and evolve, the relationship can thrive alongside their personal journeys. Supporting each other's growth not only benefits the individuals, but also enhances the relationship itself, as both people become more fulfilled and balanced. Finally, it's important to recognize that building and maintaining healthy relationships takes work. It's not something that happens automatically or without effort. Relationships require ongoing communication, understanding, patience, and a willingness to grow together. They require vulnerability, honesty, and a deep commitment to making things work. But the rewards of investing in a healthy relationship are immeasurable. Healthy relationships bring joy, comfort, security, and a sense of belonging, and they provide the foundation for a fulfilling, meaningful life. In the end, building a healthy relationship is about creating a partnership based on trust, respect, communication, and mutual support. It's about recognizing each other's worth, valuing your connection, and being willing to put in the effort to make the relationship strong. When both people feel loved, heard, and respected, a relationship can flourish and bring out the best in both individuals. These connections are the ones that nourish us, challenge us to grow, and provide a foundation of love and support that lasts through life's ups and downs. Standing in your power is about fully embracing your own worth, recognizing your inherent strengths, and living in alignment with your values, goals, and desires. It's a mindset and a practice that empowers you to take control of your life, make choices that honor who you are, and assert yourself with confidence. When you stand in your power, you stop seeking validation from others and stop letting external circumstances dictate your self-worth. Instead, you become grounded in your own beliefs and trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. The first step in standing in your power is understanding who you truly are. This requires deep self-awareness and an honest assessment of your strengths, weaknesses, desires, and boundaries. Many of us spend our lives conforming to the expectations of others, whether it's society's standards, family pressures, or the influence of peers. But standing in your power means breaking free from these external influences and getting in touch with your authentic self. This process involves exploring your passions, identifying your core values, and reflecting on your personal goals. When you have clarity on who you are, it becomes much easier to live in a way that reflects your true essence. Once you recognize your own value, standing in your power also means believing in your own abilities. Confidence is key. This doesn't mean that you have to be perfect or that you won't face challenges. It means trusting that no matter what obstacles come your way, you have the strength, resilience, and resourcefulness to overcome them. When you stand in your power, you don't shy away from challenges or run from difficult situations. Instead, you face them head on, knowing that you can learn from them and grow stronger. Confidence is not about arrogance, it's about self-assurance, the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way because you trust in your capacity to learn and adapt. In standing in your power, it's also essential to cultivate the courage to set boundaries and protect your energy. Boundaries are not just limits on what others can ask of you, they are declarations of how you choose to honor yourself. When you stand firm in your boundaries, you show others that you respect yourself and expect the same respect in return. This might mean saying no to requests or situations that drain you, or it might mean distancing yourself from people who don't align with your values or who treat you poorly. By setting these limits, you not only protect your emotional and mental health, but you also demonstrate that you are worthy of respect and care. Standing in your power means refusing to tolerate anything that diminishes your worth or drains your energy. Another important aspect of standing in your power is taking ownership of your decisions and actions. No one else is responsible for the life you create except for you. It's easy to fall into a victim mentality, blaming circumstances or other people for where you are in life, but true empowerment comes from accepting responsibility for your choices. When you take ownership of your decisions, you stop giving away your power to others or to situations. Instead, you acknowledge that you have the agency to make decisions, change your course, and shape your own destiny. You stop waiting for permission from others and start making bold moves towards the life you want to live. Additionally, standing in your power requires resilience in the face of setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles are inevitable. But when you stand in your power, you don't let failure define you. Instead, you use challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Each setback becomes a lesson that equips you with the knowledge and experience you need to move forward. This resilience doesn't mean that you won't feel pain or disappointment, but it does mean that you won't let those feelings control you. You have the inner strength to rise after each fall, knowing that you have the capacity to persevere. Standing in your power also means embracing your voice. It's about speaking up for what you believe in, sharing your ideas and perspectives with confidence, and advocating for yourself and others. Too often, we hold back our opinions or allow fear of judgment to silence us. But when you stand in your power, you understand that your voice matters and your contributions are valuable. Speaking your truth, even when it's uncomfortable or difficult, is a powerful way to assert your presence in the world. Your voice is an essential part of your power. It is how you express yourself, influence others, and make an impact. Self-care plays an important role in standing in your power. Taking time to nourish your body, mind, and soul is essential for maintaining your energy, focus, and well-being. When you are constantly giving to others or depleting yourself, it becomes difficult to stand in your full power. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Prioritizing self-care ensures that you remain grounded and energized, ready to face the challenges and opportunities that come your way. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity for anyone who wants to live a life that is true to their purpose and power. Lastly, standing in your power means embracing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Too often, people allow fear or insecurity to keep them stuck in situations that are less than ideal. They may stay in unhealthy relationships, tolerate mistreatment, or accept opportunities that don't align with their goals. But standing in your power requires knowing that you deserve the best, that you are worthy of love, respect, success, and happiness. It means not accepting less than what you know deep down you deserve, whether in your career, your relationships, or your personal life. When you stand in your power, you hold yourself to a higher standard and make choices that align with the abundance and success you are capable of creating. In conclusion, standing in your power is about owning your worth, believing in your abilities, and making choices that reflect your true self. It's about taking responsibility for your life, setting boundaries, and facing challenges with resilience. When you stand in your power, you stop seeking approval from others and instead trust your own judgment. You embrace your voice, prioritize your well-being, and never settle for less than what you deserve. It is a continuous practice of self-love, self-respect, and self-empowerment. And it is the key to living a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with your highest potential.